My frown, my smile is hiding from my mouth. I can't lie, my mind keeps finding time to fight myself. I dive so deep inside, feel like I died and I'm in hell. Or I'm so high my eyes can't see the ground beneath the clouds. Don't look down. Don't look down. I tried to keep it quiet, silence all my cries for help. As long as I am rising till I'm upside down, I won't look down. This a meteoric rise, keep ignoring all the horror stories like so-and-so got way too famous and ended up killing himself with some pills and a knife. Ay, I am not the one who's gonna self-destruct, got it out the mud. I can way too far to fail or screw it up. I ain't dropping balls, I just blew them up. Ay, I will never let my mental illness be the cause of my downfall. I will never lie to none of my fans if I did it would sound wrong. I will never try convincing you dummies this isn't a town hall. Never look down, just look around, y'all. Hey, all of my demons are here. All I can feel is fear. All I can do is keep being myself, and that's what I've been doing for 32 years. All of my haters came out, chasing my name for some clout. What are they angry about? They're climbing as high as their ladders can take them and screaming my name, but I don't look down. Hi guys, remember me? I'm the white guy. Everybody wanted to cancel. Nice try. Too sick, I might die right. 2 fists full of middle fingers, I got no time for high fives. Too rich for a drive-by. Pay the pilot on my private jet to keep it low and do a flyby. Take 9 knives on a bike ride. Why 9? Cause I heard that a has 9 lives. I'm the one that y'all hated. I'm the one who won the game, got paid and famous. I'm the one who laughed in all their faces and became the greatest since old Slim Shady. I'm the one who don't care. I'm the one who goes where no one goes cause they're scared. I'm the one who don't choke when the boat don't float. My throat gets no air. I can barely breathe all the air I need. Oxygen is very thin at the top. I can rarely sleep. Stars I'm underneath. Shining too bright and I can't turn them off. I'm high as the birds now. Flying too close to the sun, gotta burn. Wow, I've been turning up and I ain't turning down. Maybe I should chill, but I ain't learning how. Hey, I'm not afraid of success. I'm afraid of what happens if I take a rest. I'm afraid that I'll end up where I was before in the hood with no money or food for the rent. I'm scared if I look at the water I'll drown. So I look at the sky and deny there's a ground. I'm not scared of the altitude up in the clouds. I'm scared of the fall, so I don't look down. You. Every single one of you. I can't even see you because I don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down. I can't hide my tears, I dry my eyes and more come out. I can't lie, my fear is suicide, not bank accounts. Keep my chin up, but my head weighs like 1,000,000 pounds. Feels like my neck might break, I hear it crack, ignore the sound. Don't look down. Don't look down. I tried to keep it quiet, silence all my cries for help. As long as I am rising till I'm upside down, I won't look down. This a legendary climb, stand on the edge of the legend, it's very high. Think of the men who are dead cause it got to their head, it ain't cemetery time. I ain't the one who gon' throw it away cause I'm feeling too lonely up here. I ain't the guy who gon' break from the pressure, it's snowy, my pipes are not frozen up here.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Tactical Pineapple Live, where once again, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. And I'm not going to say that because at this point, I think we know what we're doing, guys. Interestingly enough, the new Tom MacDonald video I was playing right before this, I was going to let it play out, but 7 minutes and 30 seconds long. Number one, totally love it. Great music video. If you're not familiar with it, I will drop a link for it in the chat here in a little bit. But gotta watch it. Guy's independent, like I said. I support the hell out of him. Great topic. Epic video. But YouTube also was saying, hey, we're detecting copyrighted material. We might stop your stream. Now, I know that I have permission to use that material. As a matter of fact, if anybody here is interested, everybody in this stream, everybody anywhere has permission to use Tom MacDonald's music in any place, anywhere, at any time. And if you need the receipt for it, let me know, I got it. So, it is July the 2nd, folks. We are legitimately 4 weeks away from the anniversary of this stream going live. So, welcome to the birthday episode. Not my birthday, not my show's birthday, but the real birthday of America. July 2nd, 2021 is going to be a great fucking day. Has been so far. Got a shit ton of work done in the yard this morning. Absolutely, I feel like I've actually accomplished something. So yes, happy birthday, America. First one shot. New name in the chat. First one shot. Welcome to the shit show, buddy. Dr. Cat Milk, I believe you were in here saying that Me6 got this one early. All the way back on Thursday when I posted this, because I usually post it on Friday that this show is going live, and well, my Friday at work was Thursday, and totally just blanked on it. I made the damn thing and said, fuck it, here we go. And then I was like, oh, it's Thursday. So I've had off today, which is great. They flexed us in on this one. But other than that, the next person who was here was Crazy Eyes saying evening, everyone. Then Chamber Defense saying, what's up, everyone? Don't forget to smash that like button. Absolutely, Chamber Defense. Don't forget to smash that like button. If we earn it, hit it. If we don't earn it, give us the thumbs down. You know, my channel has predominantly had like a 99% thumbs up rating, which is great. I appreciate 99% thumbs up rating, but I personally don't think my shit's that good. So I'm sure there's people who dislike it. So instead of just walking away from one of my videos because you dislike it, give it a thumbs down. Engage with it. Tell me you don't like it. Maybe I'll change something. Probably not, but hey, maybe. You know, it's worth a shot. Dr. Cat Milk is also here. Dr. Cat Milk contributing to the community. He'll have a fun one for us on Monday. Y'all see, if you guys are watching the Tactical Pineapple Rides videos, I've been running a little dry on things to talk about, so I hit up the Discord, which there's a link in the description if you're not already a member. Hit it up. Join us. We don't do a whole lot there, but hey, we're going to have some fun there eventually. But I asked the Discord, hey, what are some topics you'd like to discuss? And Cat Milk, in his normal Cat Milk fashion, requested something off the wall, but I made fun with it, had a good time with it, recorded the damn thing, and that's going to be the Monday episode. 10:30 Central Standard Time. That's when I release on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for Tactical Pineapple Rides. That is pretty much enough for the intro. But hey, guys, kind of run through that quick. That's pretty good. Yeah, I kind of feel good about that. Going to start doing that a little bit more, talking about the channel, what we got going on. But tonight, I do have some stuff that I want to talk about that doesn't seem very American, folks. Harley Davidson is not really in the news, you know, the mainstream news, but kind of in the underground news, has been enforcing some corporate laws or corporate bylaws amongst all of their dealerships recently. And it is making some waves along the biker community. I know the biker community isn't everything everybody comes here for, but it's very important, and it kind of, you'll see how it kind of melds into everything else that's going on right now. So 1% bikers are being singled out specifically, or they're saying 1% bikers, at motorcycle dealerships across the nation for Harley Davidson. They're saying that because they are associated with a motorcycle club, a 1% club, that they are in violation of some form of rule that they have, and as such, they're releasing them from duty. This is a very slippery slope, and it's something that I'm noticing amongst corporate America lately. Value systems are being put in place that are really kind of toting the line of what they can and can't get away with. Respectively, a lot of companies are saying, look, we want to, portray integrity in everything that we do, both on the job and off the job. Now, this doesn't seem like a bad thing on its face, but when you actually think about it and you get down to it, what ends up happening is individuals that are doing things outside of work that may conflict with what the upper management at work would think is integrity, what they would think is acceptable behavior, is now getting them in trouble. So, yeah, first one shot says, get woke, go broke. I don't necessarily think they're getting woke. I think they're falling in line with this corporate structure that is really kind of creeping into every little orifice of America. And what we end up with is, you're not safe on social media. You're not safe anywhere. I think a lot of people have been, aware of that for a long time. Companies can look at your social media and see where you're doing things and what's all going on, who you're hanging out with. But when the company actually starts taking action against you for things that really have no bearing on your employment, that's when I start to get a little worried. I personally, my company is currently going through a values restructuring, and one of the things that they have is the same thing. Like, we want to preach integrity in everything we do and everything inside, outside. And I even brought it up in a meeting with the senior management. Like, that's a slippery slope. Like, you don't have any say over what anybody does outside of work. And to think you do get to say in what somebody does outside of work is arrogant. Like, now I didn't say this. I probably should have, because it's the way I feel. But like, if I don't get paid, and I personally feel as though I don't get paid enough to do the work that I do when I'm at work. So based on that, you have no right to say that you pay me enough to have any say in what I do outside of work. Whether I have a second job that you don't agree with, whether I don't, this, and that's what it's coming down to, folks. If you think about it, like, if somebody works, say, at a finance firm during the day, and it's a chick, and she goes and works at a strip club at night to make some extra cash. So they may have completely different value systems, and one is not okay with the other. So now you're fired from this job because of that job. It doesn't impede on your ability to do your job. Then what's the fucking problem? Like, if my work is getting done, it's getting done to a satisfactory standard, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with anything that I'm doing at work, then fuck you. You have no say. Back into the chat, Cat Milk says, we respect the First Amendment, but if you don't agree with us, you can't play with our product. 100%. That's what it's come to. And it's like, they're not even realizing that this is an amendment issue. Like, it's a corporate construct. And I've literally sat down with individuals, and they've argued the fact that it's like, well, think about back in the 80s. Honda released a statement that said, you meet the nicest people on a Honda, and it really worked. Well, yeah, it worked. Number one, you were selling a motorcycle that was essentially 1/4 the cost of what a Harley Davidson was. So you didn't really need that great of an ad campaign. And number two, the media and society portrays bikers as, the vagabonds, the dirty people, the criminals. And that's always been something that's been hard for Harley to get over. But when they've done their best and they've succeeded the most as a company, they've embraced their heritage and where they've come from. So it's very interesting to see them turning their backs on the very people who have 100% supported them from the beginning. Most 1% bike clubs, if you're not aware, actually have it in their bylaws that you must own a Harley Davidson. Whether you ride it all the time, it doesn't matter, but you must own a Harley Davidson for club function. So, jump back into the chat. Charles Sexton's here. What's up, Charles? Not sure how long I can stay. I'm at work. Understandable. Do what you got to do. Crazy Eyes is also here saying, here we fucking go. Here we fucking go, folks. Here we fucking go. And first one shot, get woke, go broke, read that already. We respect that. I think it's all part of a greater cool kid woke club system. I think it's a part of a system that actually thinks that they have any say in what people do outside of work. And this is something that they need to understand. And every employer needs to take a look at this right now. It is an employee's market. I want to repeat that. It is an employee's market right now. There are so many individuals that are out of work. You would think it's an employer's market. But the problem is there are so few employable people that in order to get qualified candidates into a door and to fill out an application, we're at a place where you literally need to offer somebody almost twice what you would have offered them 2 years ago in order to get them in the door. And that's a problem for a lot of companies post-pandemic if they don't wake up to that fact. A company that I worked for 7 years ago, I was making $13.71 an hour at that company after working there for 7.5 years. Currently, they are hiring individuals at $25 an hour with a $1,000 sign-on bonus and a $7 an hour shift premium if you take a second or third shift job. That's fucking ridiculous. I can't even believe that. But that's where we're at post-pandemic, folks. Like, if you have not evaluated your current status with your position and your job and your current value in the market, it's worth taking a look at it, folks. I might piss you off a little bit, but it's worth taking a look at it. Charles Sexton says, everybody needs to quit bowing down to the leftist idiots and just do their own thing and remain as free as possible. I agree. But unfortunately, we're in a society where the leftist idiots have been given a lot of power. And we need to take that power back. Same as our politicians. I mean, everything is there. It's just ridiculous. First One Shot says, I'm seeing kids coming out of college that can't spell and can't put a written sentence together. That's true. I mean, this society today doesn't value that. That's the thing. Our values are elsewhere. So, critical race theory is where our values are today, folks. Yeah, the left idiots run the media. This is 100% true. But the whole, back to the Harley Davidson thing, they have a lot of individuals that I literally like, they do great work, and you're firing them because they wear a 1% patch on a vest. Not at work. They don't represent the club anywhere else while they're at work because they're following company standards. I mean, you literally, Harley is so integrated, and their dress policy is something that they literally will fire you if you fail to follow their dress policy. That's not what's happening here. If you are in the shop, even if you're not on company time, so if you come into the building off company time as a customer, you have to be wearing Harley merch. You have to be wearing a shirt that has sleeves. Your hair has to be tied up if you have longer hair. Like, it can't be just hanging down. And this is like, they control that when you're in their facility. Now, that doesn't go for every facility. If you're in your dealership, you're required to follow that rule. Some dealerships may be a little less lenient on it. But from what it's coming from, and what I understand is that it's coming from a corporate standpoint, corporate is pushing back. And a lot of dealerships are scared right now because Harley's also closing dealerships. So their network has been so large for so long that they've actually hurt their own marketing strategy. They've hurt their own sales among those businesses. So that being said, what they end up doing now is trying to scale back that dealer network so that they can, be more profitable. Well, that on the side of everything that's going on, and then the pressure from them to release these individuals who may be associated with motorcycle clubs, and I'll use the term associated and explain that a little bit more in a minute, but they're getting that pressure, so they have to do it. They feel like they have to do it, or Harley's just going to come in and close their dealership. Now, the reason I made such an emphasis on the associated, so the policy in and of itself, I could not get a copy of it. I did get it read to me. For some reason, I wasn't able to get a copy of it. But this is coming from corporate Harley Davidson. The corporate system has a bylaw basically in there that says that, how's it worded? That anybody who is associated with, or can be linked to any person that is under the investigation of the federal authorities or law enforcement in general, is subject to dismissal. And that their information, their place of employment, their place of residence, any information that Harley Davidson owns on that individual can and will be handed over to the authorities immediately upon the release of that person from employment. Now, why is this problematic? I don't know if you guys are aware, but legitimately, if you ride a motorcycle, you probably are in association or are in association with somebody who is under federal investigation or law enforcement investigation for being a 1% club. Now, as Republicans or conservatives, based on everything that's happened, technically, this same law or this same bylaw in the corporate structure can be used to release pretty much all of us. So that is where we get into the slippery slope, because it's not necessarily about a motorcycle club. It's about the investigation. So on January 6th, were you in Washington, D.C.? Don't answer that in my fucking chat. If you were in Washington, D.C., you were automatically under federal investigation. If you took a flight around Washington, D.C., anywhere near January 6th, you were under investigation. And by that, you are guilty of associating or being under federal investigation or legal law enforcement investigation and subject to dismissal based on this policy. So, as Dr. Cat Milk says, guilty until innocent now, I guess. I'm not sure if you are familiar with my situation, Dr. Cat Milk. I know you are, being facetious. You're always guilty until proven innocent. There is no, you're guilty until proven innocent. Look at Kyle Rittenhouse. He is literally being thrown under the rug. And this, if you guys aren't familiar with Kyle Rittenhouse by now, I can't help you. But I can help you with a bit of an update. His trial has been pushed off until November now. They're saying that trial, once it does take place in November, will probably last about 2 weeks. Because somehow they know that already. But the investigating authorities are currently trying to get more information on whether or not he is associated with the Proud Boys so that they can prove a pattern of previous violence. Number one, I don't give a shit if he's associated with the Proud Boys. If I were arrested today, hell, if any of you were arrested today by watching this show, you technically are in association with the Proud Boys. Why is that? Because I have had members of the Proud Boys on this show. Not that they were here because they were members of Proud Boys, but members of the Proud Boys have been on this show. I don't tout that they're on the show because they're Proud Boys, because they're not. They're patriots. They're people. They believe in a cause, and they found people who believed similar to them, and that's what they fucking did. Now, the individuals who were here that were at one point members of Proud Boys are no longer members of the Proud Boys. Why? Because there's a difference of opinion between leadership and the people that were there. Not because of what the federal authorities have said about them, which, by the way, the Proud Boys are not designated as a terrorist organization, as certain companies of people are that are not being under investigation. So, Antifa has been designated as terrorists. However, none of them get in trouble. None of them get arrested. None of them get prosecuted. So, what the fuck? Right? Portland. What's been going on in Portland, folks? Nothing to see here, folks. Our riot police have quit. Our fucking police officers are too afraid to go in there. Portland is in the fucking control of these people over here. We're designated as terrorists, but we don't do shit about it. Why? Because it doesn't matter. Doesn't go with the narrative. First one shot, says Kyle Rittenhouse, is an American patriot. I've said this before. I do agree that he is an American patriot. The thing that bugs me about what happened to Kyle is that he was out there on the street and not the person who taught him about patriotism. So instead of somebody who's lived a life, who's old enough to kind of be in that situation, we laid our youth out there. And we do this as a country. We've been doing it for years. We send our youth to war and this and that. And I'm not saying that that's a problem, but what bugs me about the whole Kyle Rittenhouse situation, and it still does, is even though, yes, the patriot community did reach out and did raise a lot of money to help bail him out of jail and all that stuff, the biggest problem I have with the whole Kyle Rittenhouse situation is nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. None of the big conservatives are out there talking about it. Nobody's saying, hey, we need to follow this. We need to do this. We need to get behind this kid. This kid has literally been fucking subjugated to the shittiest investigation I've ever seen. They're literally just reaching and grabbing at straws and strings and just pulling to try and just tear his life away from him. He was out to dinner with his family one night, and the whole organization of the Proud Boys, he literally was with a group of individuals who were known Proud Boys because they saw him at the bar. Well, they were at the bar, the kid was eating. They saw him, wanted to take a picture with him, and now we have this whole situation where they're trying to dig into his association with the Proud Boys. Charles Sexton says, Kyle was justified in what he did. It was a cut and clear case of self-defense. I 100% agree with that. The other thing that nobody's talking about is that he was obviously in self-defense for the two individuals. But their biggest witness and the biggest person that they're bringing against him at trial is this fucking Grease Crits fucking character that he shot in the arm, right? The one that he didn't kill, but the one that he wounded. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that that son of a bitch is a convicted felon in possession of a firearm at that time. There's picture evidence of it. He was never charged. He was never questioned. He was never prosecuted. There was nothing. That gun, in and of itself, Glock 19, standard capacity magazine in the state of Wisconsin, you're looking at the Glock 19, which is 10 years, and you get 1 year for every bullet after that. So what do you think? That'd have been 25 years in fucking prison for a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. Didn't even get a slap on the wrist. Not so much as a fine. Although, to be fair, didn't have much of a wrist to slap, but hey, just saying. Good shooting, Kyle. First One Shot says nobody is talking about how the presidency was stolen either. Yeah, not even going into that whole deal. Nobody's talking about anything. All this shit that's going on right now in politics is pandering. Like, all these bills that are being passed right now are put out there, or trying to put out, like, they're being put out there, which is great. I think it's awesome to put it out there. My problem is for the last 4 fucking years, none of you did. They didn't put this out there. So this is all just individuals trying to get reelected now. They're using the fact that they're not in power to push out things that they don't really want. Hey, have a safe weekend to you as well. Ghost Tactical, God bless America. And as always, keep those fingers. You got the 2 fingers up. Keep both of them. Keep all the other ones too. Stay safe this weekend. But yeah, Fed narrative to mainstream media. Yeah, it really is a Fed narrative. But yeah, what do we got? Biden, you'll need an F-15 and nukes. Also Biden, unarmed protesters almost overthrew the government. Yeah. Biden doesn't realize that F-15 and nukes are not outside of the reach of the American patriot who would want to fight the government. And I'm not saying that in a facetious manner. I'm not saying that in a, we're going to head down. Hey, what's up, babe? You come down to say goodnight?
No, I'm coming. Make a birthday cake.
Oh, we got a group of individuals stopping in to say hi again. Apparently she's come to make another birthday cake. She'll probably say happy birthday again. So, which is fine, but you're going to sing happy birthday to America.
Okay.
You brought an apple too, huh? Awesome. Come here. What do you got? You're going to watch yourself on stream? Come here. All right. All right, everybody. Say hi to the little pineapple. This one right here is Rowan. He's got a little lion on his PJs today. Smiling. Why don't you look up here at the camera? Camera's up there. Yeah, you want to say hi? Say hi. Now you're going to be shy. All right, little man. Yeah, he just turned 2 on 6/30/2021. It wasn't technically due till August, so he came a little bit early. But hey, yeah. We're going to sing happy birthday to America?
Yeah.
All right, ready? Sing it. All right, we're going to give her a couple seconds. Yeah, hi, little pineapple. Dr. Cat Milk says, hi, little pineapple. Happy birthday, little guy. First One Shot says, hi, pineapple. Didn't a crackhead steal a tank in the 80s or 90s? Yes, a crackhead did steal a tank in the, I think it was like late 80s. Drove it down, ran over a bunch of vehicles. It was definitely an interesting thing to see on the news. GOP needs to grow a pair or they'll wither on the vine. I think the GOP's already withered. There isn't much left of the GOP at this point. The left spent 4 years investigating Trump. Fast forward to obvious voter fraud, eyes shut. Yeah, interestingly enough, the left... All right, here we go. Get over here. She doesn't want to be on stream. Dear America. Good job. High five. All right, America, blow your candles out. Everybody all at once. Perfect. Good job. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Franklin the Turtle needs to get out of Kentucky. I don't know what the fuck that means. There you go. Mark gave a blow on it. Didn't a crackhead steal a tank? Yes. So I think that was in the late 80s. And yes, he crushed a bunch of vehicles in true Marvin Heemeyer fashion. It was good. So, Charles Sexton says, that's awesome. Thank you, little guy. And happy birthday to you all as well. Yeah, Mitch. Oh, yeah. All right, there you go. Mitch McConnell, Franklin the Turtle. It's been a long day. We're going to go to bed. All right, say goodnight, little pineapples. All right. Give my phone. Give that to Mom. Is this thing on? There we go. Here we go. Yes. 1995 Crazy Eyes says he must have been on that Google train. Anyways, yep. Go. Night time. She's going to keep having birthdays. That is her favorite thing right now is having birthdays, and everybody's celebrating a birthday. So, happy birthday, America. All right. 1 second. Charles Sexton says, I remember when that happened. The tank incident. It was definitely interesting. I can't remember. Was that downtown Los Angeles? Dear America and that. All right. You get to sing it again on Sunday because that's America's second birthday.
With you.
No. With me? With fireworks. We're going to blow some shit up. Boom. Yeah. All right. You were 20 years old, Charles Sexton. All right. Drag him out. Drag him out. Yeah. All right. Too daggum cute. Yeah, they are very cute. They are very tired. They are very much going to be painting my wife's ass tonight. But hey, we all love them. They are great. Kids are amazing. If you don't have them, don't have them. I'm just kidding. I love them. They're the best thing ever. But yeah, back to, the whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing. They are legitimately just trying to basket case him into something. And number one, I think they're trying to drag the case out long enough that people kind of forget about it, which for the most part they have, because they know they don't have a case. Even the prosecuting attorney's office, when they wrote the fucking charges, wrote it basically saying, it's all self-defense, but because we got to pander to the fucking left, we're going to do this. Meanwhile, the kid's life has been turned upside down, and I'm not talking about some Will Smith fucking episode. Just completely fucked around with. His address has been leaked multiple times. And then when he moves to a safe house with his lawyer's backing, they try to prosecute him for leaving his fucking place of residence without them knowing. It's like, stop giving my fucking address away and I'd stop running away from it. Yeah, so... yeah, Kyle should have won a balaclava Kyle should have worn a balaclava and not turned himself in. You know, I don't agree with that, though. The interesting thing is he had nothing to hide. Didn't everyone he shot just happen to be a convicted felon? Yeah, pretty much. Two of them were pedophiles, sex offenders. And one of them, well, convicted felon for, and I don't remember it exactly. I believe he was an armed robber and sexual assault. So, absolutely insane. That's where the whole meme of Kyle was just doing God's work came from. Two peds and a domestic. That's right, two peds and a domestic. And interestingly enough, the Grosskreutz was the domestic. He actually was defended by the person who, the whole idea of being with somebody who has done that to you after the fact drives me nuts. So women, if you are in a relationship where you're getting battered, beaten, and you go back to that man, get your shit together. The man is to blame 100%, but you are also an enabler by continuing to go back. The world we live in now, do it the right way, you lose. That is true. I don't think it's going to stay that way for very long, though. Interestingly enough, I think there's enough people that are starting to push back. I just think, even look at the NFA at this point. How many individuals, and don't answer this on my fucking stream, how many individuals said, well, fuck it, if the SBA tactical brace is going to be considered an SBR. Look at that. The MOE fits perfect. Now, I'm not saying I did that. I'm not saying anybody on here did that. I'm just saying the NFA is bullshit. And if you did, good for you. And now I'm probably going to take it down. But anyways, on a happier note, it's America's fucking birthday. July 2nd, 1776, Congress met, convened, and passed the Act of Independence from the King, and as such, began drafting the Declaration of Independence, of which everybody knows was signed July 4th, 1776. Hypothetical question, of course, absolutely hypothetical question. Doesn't need to be answered. Abolish the ATF. Absolutely abolish the ATF. I don't... whatever, man. Abolish the federal authorities. All uninteresting topic for a lot of people. But I'm pretty sure everybody here will agree with this. All law enforcement should be at a local level, because the policies of my local area need to be different than the policies of Mark Spivey's local area, or Crazy Eye's local area, or Cat Milk's local area. Everybody has a different life in those areas. This is why you are to be tried by a jury of your own peers. So if you get a federal court and you end up going and say you end up having to take a case to the Supreme Court and you go all the way up, and a jury sits down and they deliberate on something, what happens? You're not being held by a jury of your peers. Your peers are the people who live in your area, the people who are subjected to the exact same life lessons, the people who live the same way you do. Those are your peers. So, yeah, Lag Demon says I had to put a brace on my VZ58, which, in a cackly voice, has a 15.5-inch barrel. Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm not saying I have any parts or anything sitting around. I'm just saying, if I did, you don't get to know about them. So, fuck off. Crazy Eye says it all stems from local government. And it should. All legal authority should stem from local government. Should stem from your local area. because that is how we can maintain representation. When we're talking about a federal level, when we have 50 states, we have no oversight of the people who are making these laws. And we really have no way to redress our grievances with those individuals because they're not at their local fucking offices. Look at AOC. That cunt hasn't been at her fucking office since the day she was elected. She goes to Washington, that's where she stays. Because why would she want to be in the fucking ghetto? And they accept that shit. So, yeah, nobody needs to know what we own. Exactly. And nobody needs to know if I got a lathe or a machining center or an XY table. So, or 3D models of things. But hey, I'm not a mechanical designer or nothing. Crazy Eyes says, I actually don't even own guns, to be honest. I don't know what I'm doing here. Good for you. You're here for the motorcycle content. That's what you're here for, Crazy Eyes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't the construction really say that it is the state? The Constitution says it's the state, yes. The construction, I don't know what the construction says, Mark. I know Fat Fingers, autocorrect, does that shit all the time. The Constitution, this is the thing about the Constitution. So the federal Constitution has been adapted and all that stuff so many times that they've changed it a little bit. Now, individuals of the state have their powers, right? Now, a lot of people say that the state has no authority over, and we went over this last week with that spell checker. I got you. We went over this last week in saying that, you know, the supremacy clause, which is what everybody seems to be talking about these days because states are enforcing these, you know, 2A sanctuaries. And well, it's a violation of the supremacy clause. And, well, there's interstate commerce guidelines that are not being followed now. And but my federal authority. And Fat Fingers come in handy sometimes. Whew, we're going to cut the stream off early. I got some fat fingers too. Anyways, for serious now, that's going to be stuck in my head for a while. Thanks, Mrs. Pineapple. Enjoy putting the kids to bed. Let me know when they're asleep. The whole supremacy clause is bullshit in and of itself, and invoking the supremacy clause is garbage. The fact of the matter is that the states hold the power, and especially when it comes to 2A, it's already been well established that the federal government will hold state law over federal law on state property, and that is the caveat, on state property. So now, all these Second Amendment territories, this is my suggestion to you guys. Now that you've already got the Second Amendment sanctuaries put in place, eliminate federal property within your state. If you get rid of federal property within your state, take back the property from the federal government, however it has to be done, and you have now effectively created a Second Amendment sanctuary state. Wherever there is federal property, federal law reigns supreme. If it is state property, state law supersedes federal law because, and this is the big because, the federal government needs authority granted to it by the state and local government to go there, to prosecute somebody from there for something that is a federal violation, because the state is its own self. It is autonomous. And that's what you're getting to with the Constitution says it's the state. So the state holds its own power. And the state in and of itself, Charles Sexton just said it. It's the state of we the people. However, the current office holders don't see it that way. Well, the current office holders see it as we the people means us, the representative authority. Believe that's even been said. Probably could find a clip online, but I'm not going to do it. I don't have guns, I have tools, Lag Demon says. Touché. Exactly. Federal property is only an island within the state. And that's 100% the truth. However, that island is governed by federal law, not state law. State law does not supersede federal law on federal property. And that's the biggest caveat. So, Child Sexton says, I don't have any guns, but I have a bunch of cordless drills. All right, somebody's been watching some Dr. Demolition Matt. So, believe he just picked up a new cordless drill from Apache Rifle Works. That being said, yeah, it's a general authority there. Totally kind of coming back around, though, to everything. Like the Second Amendment, the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment. We constantly get hung up on these amendments, and the amendments themselves, although they govern the federal government, they technically don't govern the state. So maybe it really does have to be broken down to a smaller level. We keep getting caught up in all of this controversy for pushing this or that at the federal level, but maybe it's not the federal level that we cordless hole punch. There you go. Heard that one too. Yeah, at the local level, and we've said it here for a long time, that all this has to start at the local level because it's a grassroots movement. So you have to grow a movement from the ground up. The only way you can actually succeed in doing that is starting small and snowballing it. So just picking up support and rolling it down the hill. So we keep pushing for all this change on a federal level when we know it's never going to happen. And the government and the officials that are in there, the rhinos, the Republicans that are even in there. I mean, fuck. Ted Cruz, one of these people who's, I'm a big supporter of the Second Amendment. I wear a mask that says, come and take it. I'm pandering to my base. Wait, did I say that out loud? Yeah, he's pandering to his base. Because when he had an opportunity to pass something, when we had the presidency, when we had the House, when we had the Senate, nothing was passed. Nothing was even proposed. So what does that mean? Wireless freedom dispenser with lots of freedom seeds. Well, I just have watering cans. They only water the tree of liberty. I'm just saying. So the GOP only cares when the Dems want gun control. The GOP only cares when there's an election coming. It's the same as the Dems. And the Democrats are the same exact way. That's why Black Lives Matter once every 4 years. I mean, I'm not saying they don't matter all the time. Don't take that the wrong way. If you're watching this in the post, I think everybody here understands what I said. But according to the election cycles, that's when shit starts to matter. Black Lives Matter once every 4 years. That's a legitimate thing. Gun rights matter once every 4 years. And typically it's about 2 years before a presidential cycle. Everything is hyperbolic now, so it's coming a year after because they know that the big shift that needs to happen for the GOP to take control is happening in less than a year. So they're going to begin pushing for the midterm elections now. So they need to propose all of this legislation that gets people to support them so that they can get reelected. And we don't need them reelected. We need new people in there. We need people like Graham Allen elected into the Senate because they're not politicians. That's the biggest fucking problem we got in this country is we keep electing politicians. The federal government and our representatives used to be of the people, by the people, for the people. Politicians today are not of the people. They are politicians. So, Lag Demon really likes the wireless hole punchers. Who said that recently? I don't remember. I was watching a YouTube video not too long ago, and they were saying they called something a wireless hole puncher. I thought that was pretty interesting. It's a very good terminology. 2 wings, 1 shitbird. Exactly. It's 100% the truth, and it really is. So we need to stop electing politicians, which is why Trump was like one of the biggest faux pas of political anything. People on both sides hated it because he wasn't a politician. And now he's grown such a base that the GOP has kind of accepted it and pulled it in. Well, in doing that, the GOP is breaking its own policies because they don't stand for that. Waiting for Biden to say, it's got electrolytes. What? Waiting for Biden to say it's got electrolytes. Okay. I'm missing that one, Cat Milk. This must be like your the deer wearing bulletproof vests episode that I had to do. Which, by the way, I did it. Cat Milk knows I did it. Premiering it Monday, 10:30 Central Standard Time. We have an entire 12-minute video on what type of bulletproof vest deer need during gun season. Don't miss it. It's going to be a fun one. Excuse me. Idiocracy. I gotcha. Idiocracy. So, well. What else we want to talk about on America's birthday? July 2nd, 2021. And I keep saying that because I live my life. Literally, I live my life July 2nd to July 2nd. Now, I have kids, so there are a couple other dates that are thrown in there, like June 30th for my son's birthday, October 30th for my daughter's birthday, my wife's birthday. I know it. I'm not putting it out there. Yeah. Actually, I can. 9/12. Mine's 4/30. Interestingly enough, my daughter's is October 31st. She's a Halloween baby. 3 of us have the last day of the month for our birthday. It's really easy to remember. A vest won't help a deer if you take headshots. I covered that in the video, Charles. Don't ruin it for people. High percentage of shots, right? High percentage shots. Either they drop or they don't. Mark Spivey says, don't you dare forget the anniversary. I can't forget the anniversary. It is the code to unlock my phone. So I have secrets. I will share them with you. Yeah, I know. I already corrected it, Mrs. Pineapple. October 31st. There's a delay. So she is still watching it. What if the deer is wearing a ballistic helmet? Well, now that's another episode of Tactical Pineapple Rides in and of itself, folks. I haven't seen the video yet, brother. Nobody's seen the video yet. It hasn't come out yet. Mark Spivey says, LOL, me too, TP. That's smart. It is really smart. So you keep certain dates that you have to remember as passwords, so you have to fucking remember them. Like, this is intelligence, folks. It's one way to keep things positive. So, I'm giving away my secrets because everybody needs to know these secrets. Cat Milk, there you go. Armaments and Access says, I'm not sure if I want to know your secrets. Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do, A&A. Yes, you do. I have lots of secrets. Mostly, I keep them from Uncle Sam, but whatever. That being said, folks, I have had a good time tonight. I would like to have some more good time. So we have been coming along and having these music on the show and this and that and good stuff here and there. I do have a couple things. Big Fingers has been let out of the bag. Yeah, well, I do have big fingers. They're sausage fingers, right? They're not huge, but they're thick. That's what makes things work. Happy birthday, USA. Yes, sir, Armaments and Axes. Happy birthday, USA. I love that I could come here on July 2nd and say happy birthday, USA, and nobody here goes, you're wrong, fucker. It's not for 2 days. It's today. 2 days is just a federal holiday. The kids are not in bed yet. Sorry, she says. Yeah, we're going to keep the shit show going a little bit crazy, guys. Rona. Kidding. Don't have the Rona. As you can see, I've been getting a little bit of sun. Not quite as pale as I am in the winter months. Like I said, we are 4 weeks away from our 1-year anniversary of doing Tactical Pineapple Live. Technically, wasn't always Tactical Pineapple Live. If you've been with us for long enough, you know it was once Open Mic with Boog Brand. Lag Demon says, if I see a deer with a vest on, I'm aiming for the head. Right. I mean, this is truth. We should be celebrating all month. We are going to be celebrating all month, folks. We are celebrating different things all month. We're celebrating the fact that next week I actually have a fucking guest again. We're going to celebrate in 3 weeks or 2 weeks that we're doing the show from outside of the basement, the office, the studio. We're going to be doing a show from the road where I'm probably going to be trying to be quiet, but not doing very well at it. We are going to have maybe a guest on for the 1-year anniversary if I can fucking seal the deal on it. That'd be a great episode. I would love to bring back the first guest we had on the show, but he doesn't seem to want to come on because he doesn't like to keep his pants on anymore. And if you remember who it was Tufu. It was a shit show. It was a garbage show. And that's why when we switched over to Tactical Pineapple Live, he was also my first episode there. So, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know if we're going to have a guest for the 1-year anniversary. Maybe it'll just be a fucking drinking special where we'll play a game on here and turn it into a drinking game and see how many people we can send to the hospital. Sounds fucking good to me, right? I'm joking. I don't want to send anybody to the fucking hospital. That's not what we do around here. But I do other things. And some of the other things that I do are listen to music, have fun. We are going to find... Actually, my plan failed, but it was to get married on 7/4. There would always be fireworks that way. Yeah, that would be an interesting one. Armaments and Access says, if Biden saying F-15s and nukes is a big sign of tyranny, not to mention fences and military around the Capitol. You know what? That's a great point. So the F-15s and nukes, whatever. The guy's a fucking moron. The Schrodinger's gun, that whole situation. The AR-15. It's both simultaneously a weapon of war and should not be in the hands of citizens. And at the same time, it's not enough to fight the government. So it's not a weapon of war. It can't do damage. It doesn't do anything. It's a .22 caliber rifle. Armaments and Access. I've reached out to you before. I actually sent you an email. You never responded back. So I just said F it. Joking, by the way. I will reach out. I did send that email once before, but I will reach out again. I would gladly have you on the show anytime. Tickles in the throat. Let's see. Back to the whole the comment on the tyranny, not to mention fences and military around the Capitol. This is another thing nobody seems to be talking about yet. Nobody's talking about anymore. Nobody is talking about it. Absolutely ridiculous. We have a fence around the Capitol building. We have a standing military on U.S. soil. Fuck posse comitatus. This is literally the worst fucking authoritarian approach to government I've ever seen in this country. I mean, think about 9/11. 9/11 happened. The 2 biggest buildings in New York were bombed. 343 firefighters lost their life that day. All the citizens that died in the planes, the fucking towers, the Pentagon was attacked. Another plane went down in a fucking field. There was never a fence put up. There was never standing military. But here we are. Unarmed insurrection, January 6th. We need the fucking Capitol building shut off. And I sent that email like a year ago. It's been like, I don't know, a couple months. But it's okay. Yeah, that's the thing, Crazy Eyes. It is the people's house. So the White House is completely blocked off. To be completely fair, the democratic policies of Washington, D.C. at large have made a city where if I live there, I'd have a fucking fence up and military guards too. That being said, kind of understand that. TSA did get handsier. Well, TSA had to get handsier because they haven't fucking done anything since the day they were fucking brought in. Failed underwear bomb. Let's put some people there that can fill you up. Didn't find shit. Haven't found nothing. They don't even find drugs, man. Like, come on. They don't find nothing. Not enough to cover their costs anyways. January 6th was nothing. 100% January 6th was nothing. It was the biggest nothing in history, being turned into the insurrection. Boy, if you think that's an insurrection, what y'all are fucking setting up right now is some shit. I'm just saying. That is the biggest puzzler to me. How could that even be deemed an insurrection? Exactly. Well, I'm literally sitting here going, I could say a lot of things, and this channel would go away very quick. Yeah, Cat Milk says something about molehills. Yeah, the old saying is making a mountain out of a molehill. But it was put there. January 6th was a purposeful thing. It was put there for a lot of reasons. But the biggest reason was to completely criminalize an entire political party. January 6th was bought and paid for by the same people who brought you glyphosate. The guards were literally ushering in people, yes. And those people were not necessarily right-wing individuals. All the people who were supposedly worked up by the president were still a couple blocks away when all this shit started. Like, most of those individuals weren't even able to make it to the Capitol. So, making a compound out of civil unrest. Exactly. Can you imagine if they would have gone armed on January 6th and hung a couple of treasonous bastards? The thing is we have this problem as the conservatives in this country where we legitimately go out of our way. We're fucking... I'm going to back it up. We're the Canadians of American politics. We'll punch you in the mouth, but then we'll apologize for it. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Wasn't what I meant to do. You know, I didn't mean to punch you in the face. Just what it was. It happened. You pissed me off. I punched you in the face. Now we got to shake hands and go on. Because I don't want to lose anything. And I cover that in my rant that I released earlier today. If you haven't seen it already, Tactical Pineapple Rides. And I know most of you haven't seen it because I think it's got like 8 views so far. Which hurts. There's a lot of work that went into this one. It's an actual rant. Happy birthday rant for America. I lay it out, man. I put out my shit on the line. Because it hurts because it's true. It is. It hurts because it's true. It is true. We 100%, we take back everything we do because we're afraid to lose something. Well, what the fuck do you have? Everybody keeps saying, well, I have a house, and I have a family, and I have a job, and I gotta make sure that I don't lose any of that. You pay fucking taxes, whether you can own your house. You can have your house completely paid off. And every year, you pay a fee to Uncle Sam so you can stay there. Do you really own your fucking house if you have to pay Uncle Sam to live there? Answer is no. You can be pushed out for any reason at any fucking time. Why? Because Uncle Sam said so. Uncle Sam owns the property. You're paying taxes on that property. You know, we have to ask permission for everything. You want a silencer on your gun? You want to protect your ears when you shoot your rifle? Well, son of a bitch. Pay me $205 per NFA tax stamp. Pay me $205 because it went up. $205. And then we'll get back to you in 6 to 17 months on whether or not you can take possession of that item. Now, mind you still have to pay the fucking $1,000 for the item while you wait. It's going to sit on a shelf that you can't touch. You can look at it. You can see it. You can use it while in possession of, this person, but you can't actually have it. You can't take it home. Charles says, I'll go watch it as soon as the live ends, brother. I appreciate that. I'm joking most of the time because I know that the moto vlog is kind of separate from the lives. They're going to come together a little bit more here, but it is the way it is. There were no heads on pikes. Exactly. No heads on pikes, and it probably should have been. Eminent domain. There you go. Armaments and Axes knows where I was going. The government can tell you to leave anytime. Just ask anybody who's ever dealt with wind and power. For the betterment of everybody. Yeah. For the betterment of everybody. And all these patriots out here who are saying they're heroes or this and that, but you're afraid to give up a little something, you're not a hero. Fact of the matter is, if you want to be a hero, you have to give up. You would, if you were a true hero, sacrifice everything you have in order to protect and save the world. Or in this case, America. Don't call yourself a fucking hero if you're not willing to sacrifice anything. So, that's what it is. Charles Sexton says, I'm a biker, so your moto vlogs are always good for me to watch. I appreciate that. Casey says 6 to 7 months. Laughs in Form 1 e-file. Well, yeah, Form 1 e-file is different, but you want to Form 2 something? How long are you waiting? It's bullshit. It shouldn't even fucking be there. And the fact that it's there and you're saying laughs in Form 1 e-file, it's still $205 fucking dollars. Dude, I'm not going to budget for $205 for something that make my guns silent, quieter. I'm going to put fucking earplugs in. That's just the way it is. Like, I'm not paying extra. I'm not handing money over to these fuckers. That's my personal opinion. $205 bribe, exactly. You're paying $205 to ask permission to use something that they're legitimately trying to just say, oh, you paid that $205? Too bad. We're going to take it away. Register that shit, though. You can keep it. Extortion for hearing protection. Exactly. So, there's a lot of ways that can go. And I'm not tearing into anybody who pays for the tax stamp. I get it. It's a cool thing. I mean, I know individuals. I think Tufu just, and this isn't put blasting Tufu, Tufu just had a story on Instagram where it showed him going through the process of paying for a few of them. So, yeah, all gun laws are illegal. 100%. All gun laws are illegal. We should be able to own and possess any firearm or ordinance that our federal government has. Therefore, if an individual has the money to pay for an F-15 and a nuclear warhead, why the fuck not? Just because you have it doesn't mean you're going to use it, per se. I mean, I don't have a nuke. I don't have an F-15. Might be kind of cool. But, I do also have an understanding of responsibility. That's what most of us have as legal gun owners, is a feeling of responsibility and an understanding of what it means to be there. It is easier to ask for forgiveness than permission unless you value the life of your dog, says Operator Tony. That's the thing. The majority of people ask for permission without even thinking about the fact that you beg for forgiveness. There is no begging for forgiveness when it comes to violation of federal firearm laws because it's a federal firearm law, and especially with what's going on right now. So, yeah, intent, says the ATF. Yeah. Because fucking Minority Report and shit, right? I know where to get a Corsair, too. It's an older model, but it should work. Here's the thing. I said it before, like, F-15s and nuclear warheads are not outside of the scope of citizens that would be attempting to take over this country. The fact of the matter is, if you run the numbers and you look at the individuals who stand on the left and who stand on the right. Who do you think flies the F-15s? Who do you think controls the nuclear towers? Just because they're fucking government authorities, they're in the government control, doesn't mean that the government knows how to fucking use them. If anybody thinks Joe Biden knows how to walk into a fucking nuclear missile silo and run through a launch sequence, you're fucking joking. Fact of the matter is, 70% of all military individuals, they on our side, folks. I'll say that again. They on our side, folks. I don't know if you've been to an armory recently. I've been by one. I've seen them. I've been in one. Do you know that there is a good majority in the United States of citizen-run armories? Because most equipment stateside is actually at the manufacturer's facilities. So, General Dynamics Ordnance and Tactical Systems, right? Anybody ever heard of an EFS system? So, Expeditionary Fire Support System. It's an Osprey helicopter, a Jeep-like vehicle with a trailer that carries a bunch of fucking 120 millimeter high explosive cartridges attached to a mortar. Yeah. I mean, southern states, easily accessible. Most of the individuals who work there are on our side. Just saying. Tanks, Iron Mountain, Michigan. General Dynamics again. Huge facility. Tanks all over the fucking place. Places are armed up with fully automatic Browning M2 machine guns. You can't get in without passing those guns. Mark Spivey says, sorry, gotta go, have a great one. No, Mark, you have a great one. Thanks for stopping by. Armin's Nexus says, Biden can't remember what he had for breakfast. Biden always remembers what he had for breakfast. He's just got to ask Jill. The Harrier jet scandal from Pepsi back in the day. I do. But that's the whole thing, like, toothless aggression. Me? Yeah, toothless aggression. CBS News. Bulldozers with steel welded to it. There you go, some Marvin Heemeyer. That's the way we think about things. But the reality is all that shit exists. All that shit is available to the U.S. population. And, excuse me, M2s are from, oh yeah, my dudes, fun. The fact of the matter comes down to it that all of those ordinances are in the control of the government according to what they think. They're all operated by, maintained by, and used by people who are not on their side if shit goes that way. Just saying, there's a majority of individuals in the military not going to follow those orders. Are there some? Yes. There are some individuals who are going to follow those orders, lock and step. However, thing is, majority of those people aren't actually going to make it to front doors of people, because that entire crew is going to load up in that vehicle, and that entire crew is going to know the one person who's going to go, let's do this, guys. Let's go do this, guys. And that person is going to make it 2-3 miles outside of base, going to catch himself one in the back of his Clinton maker, and now you have an entire fire squad, -1, who are on their way to your neighborhood to join you with all the weaponry they just left base with. So, the Founding Fathers did not want this. No, they did not. The Founding Fathers did not want any of this. The Founding Fathers didn't want violence to begin with. Go through everything they have to avoid violence beforehand. But here we are. Thomas Jefferson said, a republic is what I gave you, if you can keep it. And we have, in turn, handed peace and peace and peace over peace back to the government. We have effectively allowed them to turn our republic into a democracy, especially if we allow them to take away any more of the Second Amendment. Because We are handing over power. We are handing over the key to us actually staying in charge of this country every time we give up a little bit more of the fucking gun right. And I'm at a point. I said it in my rant. I'm at the point. We have given up too many rights for security. What is going on here, folks? We are dropping. All right. Well, I think we're back. I'm hoping we're back. We back. One down. Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. I am sorry. YouTube does not like me very much right now. We are looking at a couple things here. Streaming and this and that and blah, blah. Stream health settings. Poor. YouTube is doing everything they can to take us down. But hey, you know, we're going to keep going anyways. Fuck you, YouTube. Horrible quality, but back. Yeah. I don't know what the deal is. We're going to have fun. It is what it is. We'll probably cut it out anyways. You just got penetration. Is it going to work? Yeah, there you go, folks. We just got some penetration. Yeah, this happens every time I have conversations that are outside of what YouTube likes. I get this little yellow bar that says, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. I'm going to keep going because all of this will come back and be good on the replay. But it is the thing. Like I said, the line has been drawn. I look good in 144p. Woo! Yeah, thank goodness for 144p. If it's really that back, ugh, I am sorry, guys. Let's see what we got. We dropped like 669 frames according to YouTube. So we should be back. It says I have excellent quality because I'm no longer talking about controversial topics that YouTube does not like or approve of. So all of a sudden I'm back. My internet is perfectly fine, folks. My stream is perfectly fine. My computer is perfectly fine. But hey, spicy topic. Well, mild topic. Yes, I know that's the way life is. But anyways, I will just say, like, again, my line is 100% drawn. I'm not giving up anything else anymore. I am here to stay. And if anybody wants to take what I got, you're welcome. Yeah, you can jump it back up. It should be good now. I'm running an excellent quality stream according to the stream health. But that's up to you. Yeah, everything looks good on my side now. I've appeased the overlords and moved on with my topic. But yeah, I'm done. I'm not giving anything up anymore. So they can all kiss my hairy ass, and we'll all have a good time. So that being said, well, let's jump into another. Biden has more brain cells than this video has pixels. Ouch. Yeah, if you manually bump it back up to 1080, you should be good. I apologize for that. We will. Yeah, F in the chat. We'll go someplace else. And do something else here. So I do have, if I can find it, hang in here. Yeah. We're going to play some music, folks. For America's birthday, what else should we do but to play a little music, have a little fun, and we'll even do it with the American flag waving. got here? We've got... Oh, I've got some other things on deck too, folks. We're going to have some fun with this. So if you've got any requests in chat for patriotic music you'd like to hear, anything that's actually music that won't get me banned from YouTube, which means it can't be by anybody who's signed to a label, basically. I will play whatever you want. So let's see what we got. We've got some other. We're going to pull this other one up. And I'm probably, hell yeah, show. So we're going to go with a little happy 4th of July music. Mario. Yep, I'm looking at you, Mario. I don't want to hear any Fresh Prince of Bel-Air shit either. I'm not, no joking. I got a sent to me earlier, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air metal version. Yikes, but actually kind of wow. Just saying. So, we'll jump into the next one.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll back it in here.
oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was to them. Oh, sing us the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of
Yeah, Eagle Scream. That's what we got to hear. All right, so Dr. Catmonk, I am not familiar with BRCC's Star Spangled Banner. They did one. I will pull it up because, well, hell, it's worth it if they did it. I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of all of BRCC's content, but most of their music stuff. Star Spangled Steel. Okay, I think I did see this one, but I will do this again. So type O negative, I don't want to be me. Catch that one next. Oh, Jared sang. Well, now how the hell do you top that? Come on.
A, B, C, C. Yeah, and I'll go
A, B, C,
big
C.
G, big E. Yeah. Ding.
All right. So how the hell do you top that? What are we gonna go back to now? Play mine last. What are we gonna play? How are you gonna beat? Is it gonna beat that, Mario? Is it going to beat that? The tattooed brunette. Oh, you like Matt best, don't you? Anyways, let's go. We're gonna do this. We're gonna put it in there. We will make it the last song because, well, frankly, it is 10 o'clock at night. Been about an hour and a half. Been doing this stream, and nope. LOL. It won't top that. Well, we're gonna play it anyways. Typo negative. I don't want to be me. All right, folks, we are going to do what we got to do, and we're going to play this song, and hope to God it's a Roadrunner Records one. We should be halfway okay, actually. Not too bad. I'll just have to stop it every once in a while. All right. Heads up, we've detected copyright audio and video in your stream. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. Well, Mario, thanks for this one. It's okay. I knew it was going to happen. We are back. We are doing this thing this way. Cat milk, LOL. Here we go again. Look at, I'm over here. I need to be over here. We're going to go over to here. And look at y'all, we're seeing behind the scenes of Tactical Pineapple Live and seeing exactly what YouTube was telling me. It is still kind of getting its thing going. It is temporary block, blah, blah, blah. It's Roadrunner Records. I knew it was going to happen, folks. I didn't pause it enough. And on top of it, they're going to fucking cut me out. Anyways, folks, hey, I got to get upstairs, help Mrs. Pineapple put the little pineapples on the pizza. Damn, now I want fucking pizza. What you fuckers are doing to me? I'm trying to lose weight. All right. Anyways, I will see you guys next Friday. In the meantime, don't forget, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, we drop our Tactical Pineapple Ride series. Maybe we do something every once in a while here and there in between, but most of the time it is literally just that. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tactical Pineapple Rides. Friday night, 8:30 Central Standard Time is our live show, which you are currently watching. And next week, we got a guest, folks. See, I'll pull up his channel real quick, and I'm going to drop a link to his channel in there. If you are into the whole moto vlog thing, kind of mixed with Tundra Tactical, I like this guy. This guy is definitely kind of interesting. Falls along the same category as Tundra Tactical does in the gun community, but this is kind of in the biker community. Does the whole like grinds my gears type thing, which is mostly comical. But I think if you get into Tundra Tactical, which most of you here do, you'll get into this guy if you also like motorcycle content. So here it is. Link to the YouTube channel is in the chat. It will be Bikes, Beards, and Brews next week. Small channel. Go over there. Throw him a subscribe. Get on one of his videos. Tell him Tactical Pineapple sent you. And he will know not to forget that next week he's on my show. So it'll be fun. He's got a fun attitude. He get right in with us. Get along with us. So that being said, Dr. Catmilk says adios. Mario says, guest, who? Charles Sexton says, later, brother, have a great 4th. Dr. Catmilk says, currently, no, that's cool, not into bikes. Well, Mario, you don't have to be into bikes to be into conversation, which we always have. Brews, gonna be a rough one. Yeah. Anyways, folks, I've had fun tonight. I hope you guys have had fun. Happy birthday to America. Don't forget, as I say at the end of every one of my fucking Tactical Pineapple rides, keep it 2 wheels down, shiny side up, and carry your fucking pistol, folks. They're coming to get them. But also, now you got to sling that fucking rifle, too, because these assholes are coming hard. So, have a great one. I'll see you guys in the next video. And we're going to do this thing until we figure out how to end the stream, because that's exactly what we do.